Hey peeps, top of the morning to you. I'm just watching Mick Jagger's daily exercise routine. What a legend. Punching around over there. Good on you, Mick. So today is my designated rest day. Usually I get a bit blue or melancholy when I don't exercise because I don't get those endorphins, but I think I earned it today, so pretty happy. Yesterday was long run day. It was a long run and I'm very happy. Look at all those PRs. It was 23 kilometers, and within that 23 kilometers, I got my estimated best time for 10K, 15K, 10 mile, 20K, my half marathon time of 1 hour and 53 minutes, which 8 weeks out from the marathon, my half marathon is 1 hour and 53. If I could do that twice, I'd be well under 4 hours. So that's goal pace. And it was an easy effort up until about 12, 13 Ks in, when I sort of changed gears and my legs are feeling good. I was like, I'm going to really, get a bit of a cruise happening instead of just shuffling along. So I kind of pushed it, and probably the last 5Ks, I ran at a moderate to semi-fast pace, but not too fast. I started following this Runner's World 16-week marathon plan, and I'm currently at week 8. The reason being is that I was upping my mileage consistently, but I was like, do I really need to run this much with the risk of injury? Because the more you run, the more you're likely to injure yourself. And I do want to keep upping my mileage, but at the same time, I just really want to get this sub 4 hour marathon in. So on Sunday, I'm going to race. I really like this channel, DJ Jerry from Starlight Music. Oh, I should subscribe. You shouldn't like a channel and not subscribe. It's rude. So take that into consideration right now. DJ Jerry from Starlight Music. He has all these like clips of like the Rolling Stones and Elton John and all these like legendary bands, just like backstage and hanging out. I don't know why. I'm a bit of a nerd, a bit of a groupie. I really like watching that stuff. It's funny. Like seeing the Rolling Stones in 1980. Where's that clip? Somewhere. And they're backstage and like the kids are just running around and everyone's just making jokes. And I don't know why. It's like we sort of think of these people as like mythical gods, but just seeing them in their element, just being people. It's like watching that Beatles documentary. Watching Paul McCartney write let it be and get back, and it's just like makes it look so easy and not particularly sophisticated that it makes you go, I could do that. I could write a song that will enter the cultural DNA for the next 100 years. Obviously we live in very different times though. I will start a TikTok that everyone will like. Out of luck. Anyway, don't know if you're supposed to play other people's channels on your channel just so you have some content. While we're on the topic of YouTube channels, I get a lot of inspiration from this guy. It's VO2 Max.
You can't expect your team to manage.
Shush. It's an ad. VO2 Max Productions. Really good channel. This guy's like, he's a 2 hour 16 marathoner. He trained in college and now he's about 36, so we're similar age. He's a much better runner than me. He's actually like an elite. Comes like first and second in ultra marathons and stuff. He has just heaps of good advice. It's much better advice than anything you will ever find on Duke the Dirtbag. So you should probably unsubscribe from me and subscribe to VO2 Max Productions. Another fun one is Seth James Dumont. Now this guy is pretty inspirational because look, he's put out 2,425 videos. He does a daily running vlog. Has done for 16 years. I started watching in 2019. He had about 50,000 subscribers then. Now he's got 154,000 subscribers. And he's always really upbeat, funny. Actually, I wouldn't call him funny. I think I'm funnier. But he's not as depressing as I am. He's sort of like legitimately, authentically like a you can do it kind of guy, whereas I kind of just pretend to be, because really I think no one can do anything and we all suck. But it's good to fake it till you make it. That's the whole point of this channel. Like when I was at Evan Buckley's house for dinner the other night for his birthday dinner, there were a bunch of people there, and Evan was kind of spruiking my channel, and and I was talking about it, and they're like, oh, so what's the idea? Like, why are you called Duke the Dirtbag? And I was like, I'm not really sure, but Duke is kind of like an aristocratic thing, like it's royalty, and a dirtbag is like a kind of homeless vagabond who just sort of runs and rock climbs and does whatever. So it's like this mixture of like high and low, the contrast between royalty and homelessness. And I feel like everyone has a little bit of that in them, particularly Duke the Dirtbag. But it was also just creating a persona that is far more confident, far more brave, far more disciplined, far more optimistic than I, Tom Woodward, am. Because I'm not the most disciplined or optimistic person, and I've pretty much been semi underemployed my whole adult life and living on couches and having trouble getting a place. And I've been running for 10 years and have only this year finally started to actually see some improvements and train properly. I don't regret any of that because that 10 years of just semi-regular running built up a base from which I'm working on now, which is why I haven't been injured yet. Although I must say my left foot's feeling a little bit tender, but everything else feels good. Left foot after yesterday's effort, a bit tender. But yeah, I guess the point is, like, I think in life we can create personas and then fulfill the expectations of that persona. And in a way, it becomes a part of you. Like, I like the idea of personality and character kind of as not a blank slate. Obviously, there are inherent traits, but like a canvas that you can paint on and make. You can see, the end destination is like there and you're over here, but you can take up habits and perform behaviors that will get you to that end destination. And I guess that's what Duke the Dirtbag kind of is. And also just not using excuses. Like, yeah, I still sometimes do silly things and behave unhealthily, but that's no excuse to just quit everything. And it's helped. Last 6 months, my outlook has improved. Things are kind of working out a lot more than they used to. Maybe it's part of that law of attraction thing. Like even the fact that I can stay, I have this place to live in. Spent 2 years just like staying with family and on couches and stuff. And now, at least for a while, I've got my own place. I don't know if that's anything to do with Duke the Dirtbag, but that's a narrative that I'm happy to believe in, even if it's not particularly true. I mean, that's the other thing about placebo effects. I mean, if you know it's a placebo, it's not going to work. But maybe you can trick yourself sometimes in life and really believe in something that maybe if you logically analyze, you'd be like, there's no way that can really be true. But the fact that placebos work and the fact that people who believe in things enough have this extra power, a power to endure through hard times, like people who are religious, who believe God is looking after them. I think there's studies and stuff, maybe. I can't even be bothered backing up anything I'm saying. I just believe it because that's the point. The keys are upstairs in my room. Like, oh, I left my keys. Oh, I left my asthma puffer. Oh, look at the painting. Sometimes I like to just sit underneath the painting and strum my guitar. Got the keys to the studio. Apparently I start university at Bachelor of Music in about a week or two. I haven't even looked at the timetable yet. It starts on the 21st of February. That'll shake things up a bit. I mean, I can read music slowly the same way like a year 2 kid reads a novel. If year 2 kids read novels. I did. First novel I read was Narnia, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. C.S. Lewis. I was only 4 when I read that. Got me on a reading spree. Then I read Victor Kelleher, Taronga, when I was a bit older. That was a great book. Don't know what happened to Victor Kelleher, Australian writer. Wrote heaps of like creepy and cool books. John Marsden, Tomorrow When the War Began. I made the mistake of trying to read that book again as an adult because I loved it so much when I was a kid. It's not really adult material. The gate is open. I hope the gate was open because I left it open and not because someone decided to go for an adventure in the backyard last night.